Hello, my dear friends. My name is Harold, and welcome to the Sanctum. In this particular video, I'm going to be continuing on with the series where we've been talking about the astrological symbolism and the archetypal energies of the seven traditional planets. So, the next planet in the series that we're going to be talking about is the planet Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter is known as the greater beneficent planet. Because when balanced, Jupiter can bring about great blessings in one's life. Okay, so each planet is ruled by a day, or each day rules a planet, however you wish to say it. The the planet the day that's associated with the planet Jupiter is Thursday. Okay, so you already spoke about how Venus is ruled by Friday. Thursday is the day of Jupiter, and you can even see it in the word. If you think about the Norse version of Jupiter, the Norse god for Jupiter is Thor, Thor, Thor. So Thursday, Thor's day, Thor's day. So the day of Thor, right? Thor is the lightning god, and so is Jupiter. Jupiter is Zeus in Greek, and that is also the lightning god. Okay, so Jupiter has this association, and even another association or name for Jupiter is Jove, Jove, because the nature of Jupiter is jovial in nature. So Jupiter, Jove, and also in the French language, Thursday is jeudi, starts with a J like Jove and Jupiter. So you can see how Thursday is linked with Jupiter. So Jupiter is the greater beneficent planet because, first of all, it is the planet of expansion. Wherever Jupiter is in a chart, it expands that particular aspect, so it increases it magnifies it, it creates good luck, it rules good luck, it rules abundance and success and expansion. So if Jupiter is in a particular placement associated with wealth, like Taurus, for example, or luxuries and things like that, the particular individual, if it's well aspected and not being countered or in opposition with another planet, Jupiter can increase the wealth of that particular person, or the person might be born into good wealth or receive a large amount of wealth at a certain point in time. So this is what I mean by it's a great beneficent planet, because it can increase. It's a planet of increase in nature, but it's also the planet of protection, right? Wherever Jupiter is in a person's zodiac chart, the person will likely have the most amount of protection in that region of their life. Um, so, for example, if Jupiter is placed in the sign of Cancer, which rules the home and the mother, they might have protection in that area. They'll always have protection and comfort in their home, and their mother might always protect them in that sense, depending on where it is in the chart. Jupiter can provide protection, because also if you look at the physical planet of Jupiter, it is the biggest planet in our solar system, right? Excluding the sun, because it's not really a planet, the sun, but in terms of, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter is the biggest. So even in terms of the celestial movements in the sky, if Jupiter were to go in front of a particular planet, it'll completely shield that planet. So, like we already spoke about Mars, Mars is the sword and Jupiter is the shield. Okay, so Jupiter is a protective planet in nature. Um, so because of that, this is where, if we were to use the energies of Jupiter, as we will be learning later how to actually use the energy, connect to the particular planets and bring the energy in, whether we want to use it for manifestation or to enrich our lives in a certain way. If we want protection from something, perhaps we're traveling and we're worried about something, we want to protect our home, or we want to protect our things, or protect a particular person or ourselves, or whatever it might be, or protect ourselves from negative energy, Jupiter is the one to do it. So we will learn how to bring that energy in, because it's the planet, it's the biggest planet, it's the planet of expansion. It expands things. So if you have a business, or if you want to increase the amount of income you receive, Jupiter is the planet to work with, because Jupiter can increase and multiply that particular aspect, whatever it might be. Even it can be used in many different aspects. Anything that you want to expand in nature, Jupiter is the planet to do it. Hence why it's also associated with the tarot card Wheel of Fortune. Okay, it's associated with the Wheel of Fortune card. Now, the two zodiacal signs that is ruled by Jupiter is the sign of Sagittarius and the sign of Pisces. Okay, so another thing that Jupiter rules is spirituality and the type of belief that we have, what we believe in. And oftentimes our faith is ruled by Jupiter. So wherever Jupiter is in our chart is the type of faith that we would have, the type of faith that we would have. So this is where it's difficult to explain what that really means. Let me do my best. So if Jupiter is in a sign like Scorpio, right, the person might be very esoteric in nature, really interested in the secrets of nature, and really wants to understand and understand the real deep secrets of nature, because that's what Scorpio rules. It rules secrets, it rules magic, it rules all of these things that are hidden from society, sex, death as in the death of the ego. So that might be a high ideal of somebody who has Jupiter in that particular sign. So like that, depending on where it is, it'll have that particular quality. If you want to find out how Jupiter will affect other aspects of the zodiac sign, just take the information from this video and use some of the information that I've made already in terms of the zodiac signs and put them together, and you'll get an idea of how Jupiter enhances or manifests through the zodiac in those particular other zodiac signs. So that's an example. So faith is ruled by Jupiter as well. And of course, mercy is ruled by Jupiter as well, because it's the beneficent king. So if Mars is the warrior king, right, Aries, Mars, these are all gods of war, whereas Jupiter is this king. This is a nice way of looking at it. So Jupiter is the king that everybody loves. Everybody loves their king, and whenever the king walks out of his castle, everybody goes, "Hail the king," right? Because they love the king, because the king looks after them. Whereas Mars is the god of war, right? And that is the warrior king. This is the king that everybody fears. They're like, "Oh, it's the king, bow down before him or he'll chop our heads off." So that's the difference in the energies. Mars is seen as the lesser malefic, whereas Jupiter is seen as the greater beneficent planet in nature. They're kings in nature, but of different energies. Sword and the shield. So when Jupiter is imbalanced in oneself, because all the energies are happening within us as well, we can have excess of something, right? Whether that's eating too much food, or drinking too much wine, or having too much of something, and that is the expansion without end, right? It's just increasing, and that is putting us into this state of overindulgence and decadence in nature, okay, which can lead to all sorts of problems. In the same way, when Jupiter is unbalanced, we can be overprotective, right? Over worried about protection and wanting to be safe and all of this stuff, or being protective over somebody to the point of, that it might even suffocate them, emotionally speaking or mentally speaking. Now, if Jupiter is imbalanced in terms of there's a lack of Jupiter, we can feel scarcity, like we don't have enough, that we have no faith, that we have no belief in anything. When Jupiter is balanced, we can have an abundance of all that we need. It can just come to us in nature. We can feel safe within ourselves. We know that we have this protection. We can have a solid and appropriate sense of belief, because once again, when Jupiter is unbalanced in the having too much aspect, we can have blind faith, where we're blindly following something and we can't even see it. We're just believing it. We're just having that hope. Yeah. So when it's balanced, we can have that faith, but in a balanced manner, because we know that that is doing something for us. So I hope all of this makes sense, and I shall be talking more about the planet of Jupiter in terms of how we can rebalance the energies within ourselves, as well as bring the energy into our life if we want to expand something in our life, like our wealth or our business or our love life, or spirituality or belief or faith or meditation practice, whatever it might be. So I hope all of this makes sense. Thank you. Take care. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I shall see you very soon in the next video. Peace.